So I had the second assessment with a psychologist today, looking at ADHD and autism, and it was interesting. So she said that she can see a lot of ADHD traits and is putting me forward for a referral to the proper people. You then need to do another assessment to decide if I can go forward for a full assessment. My God, the clouds are so pretty. I'll show you in a minute. In fact, I'll show you now because they're so distracting. I don't know if you can see those beautiful things. Anyway, and she said she can't see very many autistic traits apart from ones that overlap with ADHD traits, so things like sensory sensitivities. So her initial thoughts are not on the autism spectrum, but almost certainly have ADHD. So we'll see. And I know that I don't have a label yet, but I also know that I have enough traits to warrant further investigation. And to know that shifts how I perceive the world quite significantly. It shifts my perspective onto people who've criticised me for my behaviour, for being hyperactive, for being too talkative, for being too loud, for being too emotional, for being forgetful, for being scatty. And it also makes me reinterpret the amount of effort I've put into life generally in order to be organised. So all the strategies I've come up with in terms of my super duper wall planner, I can't function without it, and my post-it notes all over the house, and my multiple alarms in my phone, and things like this that I recognise not everyone has to do this in order to be successful in life. And I say successful and not functional because I have been successful in my career, in a number of careers, because I got bored and switched careers. I loved my old one. I did, it was all to do with mental health, policy development, and then managing research projects, and then eventually proofreading and editing. And I really loved it. But I wanted to do therapy, and I knew that I always wanted to be a therapist from quite a young age. It's just that the time wasn't right until it was. And now I love this work. But it's made me realise that it's taken me a huge amount of energy to get here, and the amount of energy I've had to use to be successful in a number of areas of my life in terms of career, children, parenting, relationships. And not all my relationships have been successful, obviously, because they all ended. But it's taken me a huge amount of energy and effort, and I've spent a lot of my life quite exhausted because I've just kind of burnt myself out. So it makes me be kinder to myself. It allows me to give myself permission to stop before I get to zero, to leave myself a reserve pot so that I don't constantly go into negative in terms of energy. And that's something that it just didn't occur to me until a couple of days ago, actually. And I saw on a post this woman had shared from an older person. She'd shared this tip about keeping a reserve for yourself. And that reserve is something that I've missed and didn't even think I needed. Anyway, I'll keep you posted with how the rest of this process goes, but it's raised a lot of feelings, including things like grief and anger, sadness at, just not being seen clearly by a number of people who do love me or have said they love me from my childhood, who just never saw me. So it's very validating too. Anyway, like I said, I'll keep you posted. I hope you'll have a good week. Take care.